Everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Yes, you guys, we are making a pound cake today. It has been a minute. We are doing this Nutter Butter, the peanut butter lovers cookie. We're going to do this Nutter Butter cookie pound cake. Nutter, that's a tongue twister. Nutter Butter cookie. Nutter Butter cookies pound cake is what we're doing today. Several of you have requested this cake, and thank you so much for waiting patiently until I got around to it, but we're making this today. I'll be using 3 cups of Swans down cake flour. Yeah, we're not wasting any time. Let's just get to it. 3 cups of Swans down cake flour. To this, I've added ½ teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Swans down comes pre-sifted for you in the box, but once I add my salt and baking powder, sometimes I like to sift again, and today was one of those times. I sifted it one more time once I added those ingredients. Okay, we'll be using 3 cups of sugar. I have 6 large eggs that are room temperature that I've already cracked. I have 3 sticks of unsalted butter that's also room temperature. And several of you asked me about what kind of butter do I use. You guys, most of the time I buy butter in bulk, and in that case I use Sam's Club unsalted. But it doesn't matter if I'm in Lowe's, if I'm in Food Lion, Harris Teeter. If I need some butter, I'll grab some. I also like Land O'Lakes butter, and I like that because my mother-in-law used to use Land O'Lakes butter, but you know, it can be a little pricey. But I've not found any issue using any kind of butter that I choose to use. So I would say don't stress it. If you're a stickler about a certain kind of butter, then by all means use that kind of butter. But for those that may want to do something that, you know, may not be as expensive or something that's on sale, I'd say use whatever butter you'd like to use. I'm also using 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, which is already in my mixing bowl because I'll forget to add it. Okay, 8 ounces of cream cheese. It is also room temperature. And let's see, I'll add some Watkins clear vanilla. I'm just going to pour until I feel like it's enough. So you can use a couple of teaspoons. You guys, I love to make sure I can taste the flavor in my cake. So I'm pretty heavy-handed with my extracts, okay? Now, if you want, you can use maybe like about ½ cup of peanut butter to this batter. I'm going to use my peanut butter oil, LorAnn oil. And you guys know I use, well, most of you, if you've been here for a while, you know that I usually get my oils from my local cake supply, Kitchen Cake Magic. You guys, it's official. Miss Lou has retired. Thankfully, she did sell the business to someone else, so it should be opening soon. But as of right now, she's officially retired. So I'm certainly hoping that the new cake supply company will be just as good as Kitchen Cake Magic was. So I'll be using my oil for that. And speaking of which, to the person that came in Kitchen Cake Magic on, I think it was May the 30th, that Thursday. I think it was last Thursday because last Friday was Miss Lou's last day. You left a gift for our son, Steven, aka Dude Number 2. He graduated from college. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for leaving that gift for him. I did bring it home. I've not opened it because I want him to get it. So he should be home this weekend and he will get the gift. But wanted to let you know that I did get the gift that you left for Steven at Kitchen Cake Magic. Thank you all so much. You guys, it's amazing because even in the past week there are graduation gifts that are still coming in for our son, and we are so appreciative. Okay, back to what I was saying. I also want to add a little bit of my creme bouquet. Miss Donna, what does it taste like? Bakery in a bottle. That's all I know to tell you. I really love creme bouquet. Believe it or not, there are some people who do not care for it, but like I say, whatever you like. But I really like the way it enhances my cake flavors. Okay, now with this peanut butter oil, you guys, I think I'm gonna probably use the entire bottle. Most of the time I do. May start with about half the bottle and then see if I want to add the rest of it. I told y'all I like for my cakes to have flavor. Okay, you don't have to add that much. And if you use the peanut butter, I'd say don't add that, okay? Oh, let's see, with the cookies, I'm gonna use my rolling pin and just crush some of them up in the bag, because I do want some cookie hunks in the batter, and if I use my little Ninja and crush them up, it'll crush them up a little too fine. I don't want them that fine, so I'm gonna use my rolling pin. Now if you want them fine, by all means use a food processor or whatever you have to chop them up. Excuse me, is that everything? I think that is. Oh, my glaze. I'm gonna do a glaze. I'm a glaze girl, you guys, so I'm not getting ready to icing. Okay, we're not doing that. So I'm gonna do a glaze, add a little extract, some little flavor to it. But I think I'm also going to melt a little bit of peanut butter and drizzle it on the top of the cake as well. Y'all, Jif is my favorite peanut butter. Any of you love Jif? I don't like the other brands. I'm not even going to call their names. I'm not going to do it, but I love Jif. It is my favorite peanut butter. And this isn't sponsored either. I'm just saying. I love me some Jif. What was I getting ready to say? I was going to say something about my cake pan. I'm going to use my my bundt cake pan for this. This is Pampered Chef. You guys, it has definitely been used. I've had it for years and years and years and years and years. So that's what we'll be baking in today. Is that it? I think that's it. My oven has been preheated to 325 degrees. You guys know I have thoroughly washed my hands. Y'all don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because it's just nasty. I'll start by adding my 3 sticks of butter to my mixer, my mixing bowl. 3 sticks. And like I said, I've already added my cream cheese, because when I bake a cake and I use cream cheese, oftentimes if I don't add it in the beginning, I'll forget to add it, because I'm so used to doing a cake using like when you use your liquid like milk or creamer or whatever you use, and you know how you add that later in the mixing process. So if I don't add this cream cheese in the beginning, I will totally forget. Okay, this is the last stick of butter that we are adding. And now also, I add my extracts now too. That way they are mixed, incorporated through the entire mixing process. That was my vanilla. We're adding a little bit of creme bouquet. And then our peanut butter oil. I'm not going to wait, honey. I'm going to add the whole bottle, because I know I'm in. I'm going to add the whole bottle, because I know good and well I'm going to end up adding the rest of it. So, like I said, if you've never used it, taste your batter. I taste my batter. I like to eat cake batter anyway. So taste your batter to make sure that's not too much for you, all right? Okay, so I'm going to mix the butter, cream cheese, extracts up for just a few seconds by themselves. Then I will slowly add my 3 cups of sugar. Now you all, I'm going to cream my butter and sugar and cream cheese for about 10 minutes. I will set me a timer. While it's creaming, I will have to stop a couple of times and scrape down the sides of my bowl, because what you'll notice is your ingredients will start collecting on the sides of your bowl, which means if it's on the side of your bowl, honey, it's not down in your bowl, so it's not getting properly creamed. Okay? I cream on high, and you want to mix long enough so that you're not hearing those sugar crystals mixing around in the bottom of your bowl. Y'all don't rush this process, because it can definitely affect the outcome of your cake. Have you ever seen a cake where the inside of it looks gooey and gummy? Oftentimes it's because it wasn't creamed long enough, and you're seeing that butter and sugar that's just kind of there because it hasn't been properly creamed. Once we cream for 10 minutes, I'm going to stop and show you exactly what light and fluffy looks like. You hear us say all the time, your mixture should look light and fluffy. So I'm going to show you what light and fluffy looks like. Okay? So let's start getting this mixed up. I'll set my timer. Once I get all of the sugar in, that's when I set my timer. And I'm looking this way because my microwave is right here. But once I get all the sugar added, I'll set my timer. We'll cream for 10 minutes, and then I'll stop, come back, and let you see what light and fluffy looks like. We are light and fluffy. You guys, light and fluffy is going to look a little different when you use cream cheese as opposed to just creaming the butter and sugar by itself. Okay, so now that we've done that, now it's time to start adding our eggs one at a time. I did forget to mention when I said I cream on high, I cream on like a medium high. This mixture is usually set on about 8, 8.5. It depends on how I feel that day. But a medium high, okay? So now we're going to add our eggs one at a time. And when I add my eggs, I don't add the egg and make sure the yolk totally disappears. I don't mix it until I can't see any more of the yolk. I usually add my egg, that yolk will break up, mix in just a few seconds, and then I add the next egg, okay? Sometimes when you're adding your eggs, 2 eggs decide to jump in. If that happens, no worries. Just mix a few seconds longer because you're now incorporating 2 eggs as opposed to 1, all right? Once I get through adding all of my eggs, I'm going to turn this mixer way down. I'll turn it down to about 2 because it's time to start adding the flour. Now this is the part where you do not want to overmix, and it's also the part in mixing a cake at least I think, that a lot of people, you know, miss it in that they try to get the batter silky smooth. That's not what you want to do. You want to add that little bit of flour and mix just enough to kind of incorporate it to get it moistened, and then you add more. So you're not trying to mix until it's smooth. Don't do that. You're going to have problems, okay? That will definitely make your cake fall. Alright, so after we add the eggs, you're going to see me turn it down, get the flour added, and then I'll be ready to mix in some of my cookies that you saw me crush up, and we'll be ready to get this cake in the oven. I want to finish mixing a little bit by hand because I do not want to over mix, and I'm going to mix some of these cookies in here. Now I crushed up about 12 cookies. And, wrong plug. In the meantime, I have thoroughly sprayed my cake pan with Baker's Joy. Y'all, me and Baker's Joy, we broke up. We broke up a while ago. And I went back to using my flour, old school method, Crisco and flour. But I don't like to do that in this pan. I've tried using the Crisco and flour in this pan, and it just, I don't like the way it turns out. So I had to go back to my Baker's Joy for today, okay? All right, so we have our cookies here. I remembered I like to add a little bit of batter to the pan before I add the cookies to the batter. And I'm doing this because I'm trying to prevent the cookies from just sitting you know, being on the very bottom, which will be the top of the cake. So let me add just a little bit of batter to kind of prevent those cookies. Okay, now and this is so you can see. There you go. Trying to show you guys what the size of my cookies look like. Can y'all see that? So that's about the size cookie that I want to use, okay? And we're going to put them all in. And then I'm going to add a little bit more for the top. But that's why I didn't want to mix too much, because I knew I was going to have to mix a little bit more by hand when I added the cookies. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to put the rest in here. Smells good. Ooh. That bowl is so heavy. I believe I say it every time, y'all. Because it really is. That's I guess, pretty much the only thing I really don't like about this mixer. Speaking of mixer, the link to this mixer is in the description box below. It's a Kenmore Ovation mixer. When I tell you this bowl is heavy, honey, it is very heavy. So I definitely like to let my senior bakers know that, because it's heavy. Okay. Well, it's gonna rise up. It's a lot of batter, you guys. It may end up covering up my little tube. That's fine, as long as it don't run over. Okay, so now we're ready to go in the oven. I'm just trying to get it kind of even. It's kind of hard to hit this stoneware because that hurts. But we're going in 325. Ooh, I bake my cakes in the middle of my oven. So what I do is adjust one of my racks to where it's in the middle of my oven. And that's where I bake my cakes. Setting my timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but I will be sure to let you know exactly how long it baked once I take it out. You all, we took 1.5 hours to bake. And I was trying to keep the top of it from browning too much, so I ended up putting a piece of foil. I just laid a piece of foil over the top of it. And that's oftentimes what I'll do to try to keep my cake from browning so much. This one cooks slower, so I always say, you guys, as it pertains to baking, it's going to definitely depend on your oven. Make sure your oven is calibrated. And then some ovens take longer to cook. Ovens, they're just different. They don't all cook the same or bake the same. So make sure you test your cake. I used the little testers. Let me set my timer for 10 minutes because I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes before we flip it. But again, all ovens are different, so baking time will vary depending on your oven. Okay. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to go on and do this quick glaze, you guys. I will start with maybe, let me guess, maybe not quite 2 cups of what's this, powdered sugar, confectioner sugar. Okay, that's not quite 2 cups. If I want more, I just add a little bit more to it. You all, I like adding coffee creamers to my when I do my powder, when I do my glazes. I like coffee creamers. I'm going to add just a little bit of my vanilla. Now start with a little bit because of your liquid. Because once you add too much, you cannot take it out, okay? And then you'll end up having to add more powdered sugar because it'll be too loose. You can't get it smooth. You'll have to add more powdered sugar to compensate for adding too much liquid. So I would say maybe start, if you're not used to doing a glaze, maybe start with a couple of tablespoons first. And as you start stirring, you will immediately know whether or not that's enough. Just like me stirring here, I still take my time and try not to. Oh, maybe y'all look a little crooked. Okay. I still take my time and try not to add too much. So you see how that's too thick, okay? So I'm gonna add a little bit more. But remember, add a little bit at a time, because once you get it in, honey, you can't get that milk out of there. I like to start off with mine being really thick. Like, if you look at this, you know it's not going to be thin enough. Don't add more milk yet. Stir it and get it smooth before you add any more liquid to it, because it's going to be easier to get it smooth when it's a little thicker, okay? I never use a mixer for this. I always do this by hand. It is a great arm workout. And it doesn't take long at all to get it smooth, okay? Look. We have glaze just that quick, okay? So now we will let this sit, and it's already ready. Now when I get ready to use it, if I feel like I want to thin it out some more, or I feel like it's kind of thickened up on me a little, I'll just add a little bit, teeny bit more creamer. Ooh, yeah. Y'all, I about like missed the plate. This thing was hot. Oh my goodness. Ooh, girl. I'm glad it was just the edge. But y'all, oh my goodness. I thought I could get it flipped. I made part of the edge come off, but it's okay. Look, y'all. You see where it came off? Oh, that was hot. Listen. What I am going to do, though, but I believe I got cake all on it. Yummy. Now, I do not like editing that kind of stuff out. I be wanting y'all to see it all. But what I should have done, probably shouldn't have used these. Probably would have been better had I had my hands all the way in a mitten, whatever you call it. And my hand was touching the inside of that. Woo! Child. Was touching the inside of that cake pan that was still extremely hot. But yeah, I'm going to leave all of that in there. And I'm going to cut this off, honey, because my husband would love to have these edges and some ice cream. Ooh-wee. That's good though, y'all. I'm just glad I didn't tear it all the way up trying to hurry up and put it down and get my hand out of it. I'm getting ready to put the glaze on the cake, and I was going to say I'm glad when mishaps like I had in the last clip happened, but girl, you lied. I'm not glad it happened, but when they do happen, I try to take advantage of the moment to share what I do to rectify when stuff happens. I went back and watched that clip, and I realized I didn't have the cake on the plate all the way, but it was so hot I was just trying to hurry up and get my hand out. So had I had it all the way on the plate, that probably wouldn't have happened. But because it did, I'm going to share my thought process of what I need to do to fix it. And that's just to kind of give you guys an idea. Because, honey, I don't bake for nobody but us. Do not have a home baked business. But sometimes when things happen, I, don't want you guys to be so quick or to feel like maybe at times you have to totally discard a cake. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me bring you guys closer so I can give you a close-up of exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm bringing you in really close to the bottom edge of this cake because I want you to see exactly what I'm getting ready to do. My thought process is to start with my glaze. It's kind of thick, and I just want to start here at the rim to try to rectify how raggedy it looks. Okay, although I don't bake professionally, if I were baking this cake for a special occasion for my family, I would still want it to look pretty. Okay, and to me that just looks raggedy. So I'm going to take my glaze, and this is just how I think to try to rectify stuff, okay? And I'm going to start at the bottom, and with the thick glaze, it just kind of covers up that raggediness. Y'all see what I'm doing? And just like that, that bottom end of the cake where part of it broke off, and then where I had to cut off the rest of it, it looks better. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of this peanut butter, pop it in the microwave, however much you desire. Or you decide that you want. I'm not measuring. I'm just getting some peanut butter, y'all. Put it in for a couple of seconds. So here's my peanut butter. Okay. So I'm just going to finish glazing the cake. I'm going to do some glaze, do some peanut butter, and y'all, I was looking for my cookies. And I had put my cookies in this little container. huge nut. What is that? Is that a ball? I heard something like some paper or something. Why are you just looking at it like that?
Gingerbread?
You just saying that because of the color.
No, I'm saying that because it looked like some gingerbread. Look, what is that?
How does it look like gingerbread?
The little things on the top look like
Looks like gingerbread.
yeah, like gingerbread cookies or something like that.
Okay, gingerbread cookies.
Man, it's been a minute since I tasted one of these.
I know it. Ooh, I see the pieces inside.
I believe my palate is
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Y'all see the pieces inside.
what is
Look
it?
at the pieces, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
You don't know
Please
what it
don't tell me
is.
I'm smelling Reese's Pieces or something something with Reese's. Oh my goodness. I smell peanut butter like balls.
Not peanut butter like balls.
There's something peanut butter.
Something peanut butter.
Oh, it's been a minute.
Something peanut buttery.
Yeah, it's I can't. I don't taste this. It's like it tastes like a Chico stick.
Y'all, I had already washed my hands, but I just licked my fingers, so
what's
I'm
my
washing
You know
them
what?
again.
It tastes like a Chico stick.
How does it taste like a Chico stick?
The peanut butter and the candy taste. You ever taste Chico stick?
It's not candy on the inside.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, he don't know what it is on the inside. Y'all know I didn't tell him right.
It's peanut buttery.
Yeah. But what's on the inside? Oh, wait a minute. Let me show them the cake while you eating. Ooh, y'all, you can see the pieces so good. Look at all the little pieces in there. Y'all see them? Ooh. Open your mouth. Y'all see all the little pieces.
What is it, Donna? Tell me.
Baby, what are you tasting?
Good. It tastes like a Chico stick.
I'm trying to make sure I'm showing the pieces. He's not looking, y'all.
It's like a Chico stick.
Is it chewy? It's not chewy. Let me taste it.
No, Chico stick is
When
like
I show you what it is,
it's like peanut butter
Because-
and like what's that candy? Remember that candy is like it looked like almost like a zebra. It's a little square, about this tall, and it looks like the paper be striped and the candy is kind of like when you crunch and it's chewy. Whatever, man. Y'all figure
no.
it
So
out.
you trying to say something chewy?
Yeah, it's
Back
good.
up a little bit so you won't cut your head off.
I'm getting taller.
Well,
This is good.
the chewiness may be a combination. Okay, so what flavors are you tasting? What's one?
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's good.
But there's a distinct flavor.
It is, though. I can't put my hand on it. It's been so long since I ate some of this.
What you mean you can't? It's a distinct flavor.
It is just very distinct.
Yeah, he's not working out. Okay, do this right here.
It's been a minute since I really.
Tell me what's that right there you're tasting.
Peanut butter.
Okay,
Yeah, peanut butter.
okay.
I'm
You
saying
talking about
it.
good. That's why I say tell me what distinct
I
flavor.
told you peanut butter. I told you that in the beginning.
So he's not noticed because I hide things that would give the flavor of the cake away.
Yeah.
Look over there up on that cake dish. Now this is how and I have it turned to the side so he has to look around. Wait, man, I was gonna show them how I had it in there.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
So y'all, I had the cookies sitting over there like this, but the pot holders are on top of it. But I had it turned to the side where he couldn't see the name. So he was looking at it like this. So, and that's what's all on the inside, babe.
Really?
Yes.
It's
I don't care for Nutter Butter cookies. See, he likes these.
This
I
is good.
don't.
Nutter butter good.
Oh, I probably should have took a picture with the wrapper.
Well, maybe you should have.
I probably won't be able to get all that in there and the cake and
Let me tell you something. It is so moist. I guess it's just been so long since I ate a piece of cake.
Speaking of moist, I love baking cakes using cream cheese. So oftentimes that's just going to be my base because my husband loves cream cheese baked in cakes. He doesn't like stuff like cream cheese where you put on a bagel. He won't eat it like that. But if it's baked in a cake, if it's baked in a cake, he will eat it. But y'all, that's
Here's the
good.
thing. Notice this, guys.
It's okay. Like I wouldn't want a piece of that because I don't like the nutter butter.
Look.
Nutter butter.
But see, as I'm taking a piece of cake, look how it flakes off, which is good. Now that's
You're
what.
cutting your head off.
Now I'm getting taller. Now that right there, guys, that right there just screams for what?
For what?
It was.
That's your phone. Would you look at the bunny?
What in the world?
Would you look at that?
Hey, slide.
Adam, I'm trying to slide. It won't slide over.
Your fingers ain't right. You got the wrong fingers. What?
Okay.
Man, listen. But what you have is that just screams for what? Ice cream. Man, what in the world? That's the biggest bunny. That's a parachute.
Anyway, we have to talk to our son. You're going to talk to Tay right now. Anyway, look, you guys. So it is delicious. I guess that means we need to end the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so and turning on that notification.
Hit the nosy!
That's it, hit that nosy. That way you'll be notified whenever we're over here doing all the things, y'all. You see, we don't care about interruptions or nothing. This is not Warner Production video. Baby, what's some more of the production, the film and production companies? Warner Brothers. What's another one?
I can't think of it.
You can't think of none. Anyway, so we
How
have
the man doing?
we have Paramount.
That's
We
one.
have interruptions over here,
Pixar,
okay?
Disney,
Pixar, that's
all
right.
of them.
This ain't the Disney Channel, so we're going to have interruptions because this is
Hey,
real
no.
life. We are at home, all right? So thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, now, big boy. Kiss your sugar. Hey, that's Nana's other baby. Anyway, okay, listen, I have to end. Oh, that's the best sugar in the world. Oh, good gracious. Now that's my 1-year-old baby right there. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time.
Bye.